and for business people, time is money, and you've really mentioned that.
Right.
What are the other kind of people who are chartering a lot? I'm sure there's a bit of politicians, a little bit of celebrities. What are some of the other clients that you have in terms of which generation, which genre they're falling into?
The latest generation of family business guys, they're flying a lot nowadays. Not because they want to make a statement, right? But see, there was time when you had all the Gucci's and the Armani's and the Rolex and stuff like that.
Right.
Then came maybe high-end houses, maybe in Manhattan or in Dubai or whatever.
Sure.
Then private jet is one thing that you make statement for. Now look at this small thing that happens nowadays. Like today, even in a small village, a family wants to get his bahu or so-called his whatever in a helicopter. They say, "ठीक है, I want to make a statement कि मेरे गांव में helicopter उतरा and stuff like that." And look at then he can walk, बोलते हैं ना वो सीने चौड़े करके walk करें, देखो मेरा बेटी या बहू उसमें आए थे kind of. Why it is all happening? People had money earlier also, but now they're using this money for to maybe not shoshabazi, but then I would say just to make some kind of a statement. Right? Agree. So even the startup founders are flying nowadays. Right? Who has money, they're flying. Right? So I think after COVID, people who have never chartered, who could have always chartered plane, he was going to some places which is like accessible by road or by train. Now, like even for 20-30 minutes of distance of flying, they're flying in a private plane. They don't mind spending 20-30 lakh rupees to cover these places because now they have understood that
value of that.
Value of life is.
And globally, and if you were to make a comparison with, let's say, the US, there it's very, very common, right? I remember I'd gone for a Grant Cardone conference once, and I was sitting at the Mandalay Bay, and I was at the poker room, and we were playing poker with a couple of the guys, and the conversation at the poker table, and now this is a 1-3 poker table, okay? So it's the cheapest poker game in Vegas. You can actually sit down with $500. So it's not like a billionaire's poker game. But there were 3 guys, and all they were talking about is, where their jet is parked, right? And what was the experience like and everything else. And one of them was in an NGO, okay? They were running a US NGO. Another one was just a businessman. Another one was someone in New Grant and just kind of brought his plane in.
True.
And some of these were not like really fancy. I mean, they could have been just Pipers or, even turbojets. But the point is, over there, the culture of, both in terms of owning a plane as well as, chartering is very, very, is the norm. It's no big deal, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this question always arises in my mind. Today, there's so many rules and regulations here in India. Today, I mean, unfortunately, if you have to fly to some places, we're always like, God knows what will be like that airport, coming out with some kind of surprises for us. You cannot come at so and so time. Don't, I mean, I don't know. We are one of the fastest growing economy in the world,
right?
And we still have this kind of and flying by commercial or by flying as you have to make aviation very simpler for all of us.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who want to fly private.
Right.
They're still holding themselves. Why? Because they know that we still don't have the infra. We may have 140 airports so-called developed, like stuff like that. But do we have the infra for that? We don't have, unfortunately. Right? What's more, if you look at US, right? Today you can drive down to your aircraft, fly off. Right? John Travolta has a runway behind his house, has a backyard. Right? 747 years old, Now, if you look at this new event that happened at St. George, San Francisco, the Great Ball. Right. Look at the number of planes. Have you seen that video? It's crazy. There were more than 100 planes plus. And they manage it so beautifully. Today we have got one World Cup match in Ahmedabad or in, let's say, Chandigarh or someplace. The airport goes nuts. Yeah. They're not able to manage it. Why? I mean, don't we have infra? Why are we not? In fact, why? My question always arises, I mean, this question to the Civil Aviation Department, that why we are not developing enough infra to cover up to handle such kind of events.
Right.
Can we handle 100 planes at any of the airports? No, we cannot do it.
No.
How did San Jose did it? I mean, they were not born yesterday. Like, they were there. But we have to take aviation very serious.
I'm sure you love this particular clip. If you want to watch the full episode, click on the link below and watch the whole episode.